Hi guys, good morning. You are welcome to my YouTube channel, the Explicit Tutorials. As you all know, I'm Tutor Joseph or Mr. Explicit, and you are welcome to my YouTube channel, the Explicit Tutorials. Alright, if you know you are preparing for 2024 JAMB, Post-UTME, GCE, NECO, NAPTEP, as the case may be, and nursing exam, so do just chat me up on this number 091 60 11 5375. Alright, and what we have on the board is what? Introduction to biology. If you know you don't know biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, alright, no issues, because I have decided to start from scratch. Alright, so which means as you watch this video, endeavor to subscribe so that when I upload subsequent videos, you'll be notified by YouTube. There's no time to check time. Don't forget, chat me up so that I can add you up to my WhatsApp group. Very, very important. Now, biology, as the word is written, bio, it can be split into two parts. Bio means what? Life. Bio means what? Life. And logy means what? Study. So I'm going to be taking biology as if you've not heard of it before. I'm going to be nice. I've started from scratch. Just as we are trying to look at the meaning of biology, the meaning of living things, and the characteristics of what? Living things. I said biology is split into two words, bio, life, and logy, what? Study. Therefore, biology is what? The study of life, or it is a study of living things or living organisms. Now, what are living things? Living things are those things that have life in them. Alright, living things are those things that have life in them. The next one is what? The features of living things. What are the features of living things? Now, I'll use Mr. Ninja card. Mr. Ninja card squared, alright? This is not secondary school where they'll tell you this what? Mr. Ninja what? D. The competition and adaptation, what happened to them? They've gone on extinction, or did your teacher swallow them? No. Mr. Ninja card represents full features or all the features of living things. So let's look at the list, what each alphabet stands for. The first one, which is M, stands for what? Movement. R stands for reproduction. N stands for nutrition. I stands for irritability. G stands for growth. E stands for excretion. R stands for respiration. This C and A that your secondary school teacher swallowed. The C stands for competition. A stands for adaptation. One of the D's stands for development. And the other D stands for what? Death. So this very one I shall not asterisk it. Now, so these are the features of living things. Mr. Ninja card. Movement, reproduction, nutrition, irritability, growth, excretion, respiration, competition, adaptation, development, and what? Death. Alright, apart from death, apart from this last one, every word here is a topic on its own. However, since we are discussing the features of living things, it means I'll be introducing them briefly. I'm not going to be treating them as a topic. Don't forget, we are just looking at the features of living things. I'll say one or two things and get out. So, because in our subsequent classes, we'll be taking each as what? A topic. Now, the first one here is what? Movement. So, let me remove this part. Movement is the ability of an organism to move from one place to another, whether it's changing what? Position. It is the ability whereby living things move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, space, and what? Mates. If I should move from Benin, perhaps there is something I'm looking for in Asaba that is not found in Benin. What do? I will have to leave Benin to Asaba. because I'm in need of something. That is what movement. Process whereby I move from one geographical area to another, of course with respect to time, is what? Movement. We now have two types of movements. We have what we call passive movement, and we have this called active movement. It is this active movement that is also called what? Locomotion. This active movement is also called locomotion. Now this passive movement is mainly exhibited by what? Plants. Then you now have tropic movements. You have tropic movements. You have nastic movements. And of course, one of these movements is exhibited by other microscopic organisms and certain macroscopic organisms like insects. This last one is what? Tactic movement. Tactic what? Movement. Take note that all of these three mentioned forms of passive movement, two are non-directional. It is only one that is what? Directional. Tropic movements and nastic movements are both non-directional what? Movement. Non-directional. Please, this is a key word. Non-directional type of what? Movement. Non-directional. But as for the tactic movement, it is what? Directional. Then active, that is one you call what? Locomotion. This is one animals exhibits. The process whereby an organism moves its whole parts, all of its parts from one point to what? Another in search of what? Food, space, shelter, and maybe energy as the case may be. Alright, so passive movement, active movement. Under passive we have tropic, nastic, and tactic. Then active is also called what? Locomotion. Alright, in our next class, I'm going to be treating what tropic, nastic, and tactic movements are. That is why it is very good you subscribe so that when I upload new content, you'll be notified by YouTube. Now the second one is what? Reproduction. Reproduction is a process whereby mature living things give rise to new offsprings. It is a process whereby mature living organisms give rise to new offspring. Offsprings can also be called progeny. Alright, take note of that. Offsprings are also called progeny. It is the ability of mature living organisms to give rise to new offsprings sexually or asexually to enhance the continuity of life. This word must be included. Reproduction can be defined as a process whereby mature living organisms sexually or asexually give rise to new offsprings, otherwise called progeny, to what? To enhance the continuity of what? Life. Because as soon as one generation dies, the next one continues the previous generation. That is continuity of life. It enhances life to what? Continue over time. Alright, so which means from my definition I can say there are two types of reproduction. We have sexual reproduction and what? Asexual reproduction. Take note of that. The third one is what? Nutrition. Nutrition is the ability of an organism to obtain its food from its external environment for good growth and healthy development. I'll take it again. Nutrition is the ability of an organism to obtain its food from the external environment for good growth and healthy development. So please, there are two types of nutrition. They are autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Don't forget, this nutrition is a topic on its own. I'm not taking it as a topic, I'm taking it as a characteristic feature of living things. Alright, I said nutrition is the ability of an organism to obtain its food from the external environment for good growth and healthy development. As I said, we have two types of nutrition. we have autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Under autotrophic, we have two types: photosynthetic nutrition and chemosynthetic nutrition. Under heterotrophic, we have other four types like holozoic nutrition, saprophytic, mutualistic, symbiotic. All of these are divisions under heterotrophic nutrition. So that is for that. So in my next class, we'll be taking growth, excretion, respiration. Then the last video will be based on competition, adaptation, and what? Development. If you know you have learned something in today's video, please endeavor to subscribe, like, share, and comment.